Welcome to our final culminating lesson of the Lessons of Oneness. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sue, and I have the absolute honor and blessing to greet you at the door before you settle in and take your seat in this sacred circle of oneness together. So come on in. Settle in, relax, and Sri and Kira will be with us shortly. And before they arrive, I just want to connect with all of you, hand to hand, heart to heart, and star to star. I invite you to start to really come into your center, to call forward your I am presence, to really allow yourself to feel the emanations of the purity of the love and the light that flows through you, to you, and as you. It's who you are. This is a really important lesson this evening. And so the more that we can hold presence and be in that space of oneness together, the greater our expansion together will be. It's such a, wow, such a powerful time on the planet, as you know. And I don't know, can you feel your mastery presence just calling you forward, calling you for ever greater expansion, not just for yourself, but for all of us. So thank you to all of you that have really been in your steadfast commitment, focused awareness, and complete trust, and have navigated and been through these lessons and uplifted and learned and are claiming all the jewels of these, oh my God, these incredible teachings that just keep lifting us, just keep making us better and more of who we truly are. And we are better together, right? Oh my God. The strength that we hold when we stand in this unified field of love and light is just incredible. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are so precious and we're making a difference together. So I want you to know that if you don't already know, after this culminating lesson, this is not the end. It's another beginning in this rebirth moment upon the planet. Many of you have been calling out and asking and praying for the lost books of the Essene. So guess what's coming next? Oh my God. I can't wait. I'm so excited, as I know many of you are. And so if you haven't registered, please register, join us. Your donations, even a minimal donation, it's making a difference to help everyone on the planet. So thank you so much. So in this moment, I invite you to place a hand to your heart, maybe two, one or two. Calling back into your center presence. And really allow yourself to start to feel the Ave. The Ave. So with a breath in, feel the Ave. And as you exhale, so let's do this together. Let's go in. Let's go in again. And this third time, when you exhale, let it out with a beautiful smile. Let's go in. and feel the radiance of your beautiful illumination and your presence. Oh my God, you're truly amazing. And I thank you. Thank you for, I know I keep saying thank you, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for your presence. So as we prepare for these teachings tonight, I want you to just kind of check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Are you in a comfortable, spacious place where you can just really allow the spaciousness of your presence to fill everything, just to expand and illuminate? And if you feel like you need a little more quiet space, make that happen. You have a few minutes here. And just really think about how you've evolved over these last 12 weeks and how much this has meant to you, how much you have claimed through this journey. And know that you carry these gifts within you always. Every step you take is illuminating the next, and you're lighting the path for 100,000 others to lift. So remember to celebrate yourself. Know how amazing you are. Never doubt that for a minute. Always hug yourself, love yourself, and know just how truly amazing you are. When one of us lifts, we all lift together. So in this moment, I invite you to place your hands to your heart again and open those beautiful hearts and feel the warmth of your love flowing through to our benevolent teachers. Allow that smile to come to your face again. And let's welcome our beloved teachers who bring so much forward for so many. Master Teacher, Wisdom Teacher, Sri Ramka. I'm feeling the energy. Sorry, Master Lady Kira. Thank you. I love you.
Oh, we love you, sweetheart. We are feeling you, are we not, Sri?
Absolutely. You know, the wonderful burst of light behind your head reminds us of the truth of your emanation. And we're so grateful for the gentle, loving, and precise way you have aligned us all to come together for this gathering.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sue.
We are so honored, Sue. And I just want to share that today in the honor of what's going to be revealed this evening and in connecting with what's happening and the energy of the T12. That's why we're all feeling this.
Yes.
And if you don't know what the T12 is, it's another reason to stick around. So, Sue, I know that we're broadcasting at YouTube. We're also broadcasting over here at Zoom to those of you that with your kind hearts are supporting this community, receiving the PDFs, and of course, also helping many live a pain-free life. We're going to let you resume and get all of the yummy chat yumminess that I know is waiting for you, Sue. Big night ahead. Let's all get ready. And thank you for being, Sue. We love you so much. And you look gorgeous. Oh, yeah, there we are. And namaste, everyone, and welcome.
Welcome to our weekly gathering. Every Monday, the community of light gathers here, the gathering of those who are practitioners of the yoga of self-ascension. You know, every Monday, we call it Monday Magic because indeed the energy is palpable, the magic is here, and we know that miracles are our birthright.
You know, they really are. And remember that, if you're new to this community, if this is your first time with us, welcome. And this is, as Sri just mentioned, what is a practitioner of the yoga of self-ascension? It's someone who recognizes that within the one self that we are lies all of those answers. Yes. And that as we say yes to the ever-refining mastery that is illuminating within us, we come together in celebration and expansion and, of course, support every Monday night. So, hey, if you have a question, whether you're in the Zoom or whether you're over in the YouTube, Shri and I are here with you. However, in that chat, you're going to find one of the most robust, supportive, positive communities out there. Lots of us who gather every Monday night just to feel each other. And so don't be afraid to dive into the chat and ask your questions. And of course, each week we offer a lot of things.
Well, absolutely. You know, just a point of clarity, we are broadcasting live at YouTube, official Shri and Kira channel. And I think it's being simulcast over at Oneness Talk Radio and Facebook. I'm not positive, but we say welcome to all of you who have flown by to
wherever you've got us
in.
live. Thank you for being right now. It's a big night.
And those of you that have actually registered for this, you are working with us at Zoom simultaneously, and you have received in advance the PDF that we're going to be working with and some additional chat and information over there. So no matter where you're joining us, we say welcome, and please read the info and consider participating with the love that this community is providing to release and resolve pain in our world.
At every level.
Now, let me take that a little further.
You do. I'm going to sit and let you do that, Shri.
One way we resolve pain is by aligning with the truth of our ascended essence. That is your true identity, your natural, authentic soul energy. Mm-hmm. And it seems that our journey here on earth is to allow that soul to come forward ever more, pressing through the egoic reality into the universal reality. And this is the journey of the yoga of self-ascension. And so as we lift together, our lives become easier. Mm-hmm. Our being becomes less filled with fear and pain. Well, that's one level. There's another level, which is called participating in the world of our co-creation. We refer to that as density, the world of mass consciousness. And when we participate with our neighbors to help create a world that is safe, that is abundant, that we recognize that we have food, air, water, love, community. We have the essence to live a pain-free life. And part of that is to recognize that many beings have served the greater community through years of strenuous labor. And I know here in Ecuador, there are a lot of farmers whose knees and backs and elbows and shoulders have accumulated stress over generations. I mean, I'm talking decades of work. So Clinica Linda was created to offer laser treatments and holistic therapies to reduce pain. And I'll tell you what, it works. We started off seeing 4 to 8 people a day, and we're now treating 30 plus a day. And it's more than we can handle. We need more assistance and volunteers and more equipment to support people, because the word is out. Holistic energy therapies work, and we are embracing our neighbors as you embrace us with your donations. There is a correlation there, because it does take a little bit of that fiat money to pay the rent and the light bill and some of that. So we appreciate your help
in every way. And remember that as we free each other from pain, as Shri opened up with, let's look at every level. So right now, we were talking about the physical level and how our love can support. So now we're going to kind of let you see the full, I'm going to invite you over here with me, Shri.
Yeah, let's take a look at that graphic.
I want you to really see what's going on, because each week we have the Ascension predictions. And so as we move into the Ascension predictions right now, this graphic is very much about what is not only October, but what is already opening into 2022. So what's so powerful here is the neural network. So you see this. This is now, as Shri was mentioning earlier, we're moving from that physical experience, right, where the pain is very much about the body, and now we're looking at the mind, right? And so as we look at the mind, we're very much in an upper chakra moment. However, the upper chakras that we're working with right now are inviting us to lift in a way that we have collectively not ever lifted before. And one of the things about tonight's PDF that struck me so deeply when I had the honor of unlocking it earlier today was that it ended saying just that. And I found that to be incredibly affirming that in this moment right now, this is that diamond ray. This is New Year. Right now, the neural network of the entire experience of what it is to be informed as a human is literally rearranging into new geometry. We are at a birth moment. That's what October is all about. And my beloved Shri, come on back up here with me. He's being so beautiful right there. As Shri and I come together right now, what is important to understand is that when we come together as community right now, when we say yes to that which we are, then you in the mastery as a practitioner of the yoga of self-ascension have an opportunity to witness, be witnessed, and to break free to be the witnesser witnessing of the witness again. And I want you to just breathe that in, because it is a profound moment for us all. And this October ascension energy, the reason that we called you here this evening in an urgent manner, right? And thank you for your heart and for your essence of that which you are in your mastery presence for saying yes and being here, whether you're here live or whether you're catching this at any time during the entire week. We are going to leave this up and through next Monday. Because how many of you right now are absolutely aware that we are having a challenge holding into any one specific experience of the time experience or continuum? And I want to just first preface everything we're about to say as we lead into this time surf, that we are at a moment that we have not ever been at before. And for the collective experience of consciousness to keep expanding and to enter into that diamond ray shower that will lift us all into 2022 is a moment where you, or you probably wouldn't be here right now, as a pioneer of consciousness, are aware that we have done this before, we have come close before, and we have yet to be the ones to return successfully, which were the ending words again of this evening's extraordinary journey. So as we come together right now, how many of you, and I will share that this has been happening to me, I am acutely aware that I am in the center of what are three parallels that are so close, and this is part of the compression of October, which we're going to show you in a moment, but that it is so close that the consciousness of the mastery presence that is illuminating this body is acutely aware of which of the ones is being experienced at any given moment. And in this moment right now, in this experience, as we are standing here, we have and we've been doing a lot of time surfing lately, so you know how powerful this is, right? We have slid just enough that what I'm experiencing is that we are literally stuck between two, and the vibration between the two could very easily cause the implosion of both, thereby collapsing those three into one, where the potentiality of the divine upliftment is significantly reduced from where it is in this stabilized field that we were in, running smoothly with until approximately 24 hours ago. And so the gift this evening, because we're going to do the time surf after we show you a little bit more, the gift this evening of coming together in the conscious awareness of that is that some of you may already be experiencing what I'm calling time surf issues. I don't want to call them symptoms because they're not. They're really like, I don't have a name for them yet. It's like an adaptation. Maybe it's a time surf adaptation. Number one time surf adaptation is having absolute crystal clear recall. I mean, crystal clear as much as we are having this conversation right here, right now, of a very recent, like within a 24-hour period, right? This is all within the imminent now. All of this happens within the imminent now of the now of the now, of a conversation and a decision and an understanding, or more importantly, a sharing of information that when you bring it into another conscious moment of now and engage the one who the conversation was with, has clarity that that conversation did not happen. And this is not about memory. And so I want you to really pay attention to this. What it is I have been aware that the conversations that I have had with Shri, that I have had with many of the people that are around me, some that are not here yet, but yet I've had conversations with them here, that all of those conversations, what the me in this experience of time is noticing is that they revealed pieces of information that I did not have in the ability to be able to hold presence until those conversations were made visible. So taking a breath, and I want to engage Shri to share a little bit with you about this, because earlier today, as I was sharing all of this with Shri and the massive experience of the concentric dimensionality as the October compression comes in, and this is why this is an urgent time surf, the broad spectrum of all the potentialities will be challenged to engage this level of consciousness, thereby also pointing to this evening's PDF, which I find mind-blowing when we get to it. So I want to talk about that, Shri, that similar to when you and I first wrote Sacred Union, The Journey Home, the first time that we were in the canyon and Archangel Zadkiel appeared and my beloved husband is like literally holding me over a canyon. I'm like, hey, what's up? I think we're going through that experience again. And it's important for all of you to understand that this is part of what's happening in October, this week, and right now for everyone. So at first, I think the mind of density would say, okay, this is a psychic break or this is a whatever. I mean, how do we help everyone navigate this without doubting themselves? Because that's really the greatest gift we could offer.
You know, I throughout my path of seeking, my path of awakening, that was the early stages before there was a more of a expression of just arriving and being, that there were many, many moments where I said, show me more. I want to thin the veil, allow me to see. And I realize now that had the veil been fully lifted, I would have either rejected it or gone clinically crazy. So consider that for a moment. If you truly saw that which is, as opposed to the projections of the collective, if you truly saw it all, would your neuro system be able to process it? There's where we are today, is that what is being revealed, the thinning of the veils, the dimensionality that is potentially merging into a clear path forward is somewhat, I was going to use the word shocking, but it isn't quite that. It's intense for the neurological system. And so the mind and the ego also protect us by dismissing information. You know, how many of us have denied that something happened that really did happen, especially an emotional event or repressed memories or traumas and that kind of thing? Those are lovely examples from the emotional body. So where we are today is the frequency that is available, not necessarily participated in by all, but available, is beyond the playground that we may have adopted as normal. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. What it means is our psychic structures tend to dismiss it rather than embrace it, because it challenges the very fabric of our stability. So as Kira Ra was sharing that she is aware of these three timelines and that sometimes participants are drifting between one or two of them, and these parallel timelines are so close that it's not like you're in another world. It's just like there's moments where they seem to overlap and moments where they seem to be less congruent. And what we're noticing is Consider a life decision. Had you made this decision, you might have ended up there. Had you made this decision, you might have ended up over here. Well, consider that humanity is at a place where one timeline brings the greatest fruition, the greatest opportunity for joy, for beingness, for all of the things that we yearn to co-create. And another timeline was a good effort, but didn't quite get there. What we are seeking or holding presence for is a better way to say it, that tonight, as we time surf together, we begin to loosen the constraints of the parallels and come together in the greatest harmony for the highest expression of what is and can be.
Wow. So let's bring a hand to our heart, and Shri and I are going to cozy up to the studio bench here and bring you right up to speed with the up-level energy so that we can begin this time surf and then move forward from the time surf. We cannot, as the SGIS has shared, tonight's extraordinary, and I mean extraordinary, culminating and profound journey must be shared again after a time surf. So as you have been with us, those of you that have been with us weekly know we've had an unusual amount of these, and we are in the energy of that Mercury retrograde right now. And the gift of that is, of course, that we are being reborn, reactivated, and we are ready. So I want to begin just really quickly before we surf. It's important to understand why right now. So this is the up-level calendar. If you don't know what this is, just visit shriandkira.com and grab one. It's a donation, and that also supports the Clinica Linda Foundation. So what's happening is that this second gate is spinning into the third gate and condensing the energy. So here's the gift. You're going to feel everything condensed, right? And what's so great, if you condense milk, it gets pretty yummy, doesn't it? I mean, I think everybody loves condensed milk, right?
A little intense.
Right? It's intense, but it's very sweet. So the question is, can you accept the condensation, which means that you're going to be up-leveled very, very, very rapidly. I mean, like very rapidly. Sometimes it's going to feel minute by minute. You are absolutely not the being you were when you logged into this experience in whatever now you happen to be experiencing this in. And it brings us to that ascended consciousness energy, which is the experience. And our month, the entire month in the ascended numerological system is all about the one and the infinite. This in the middle, if you gaze at the chart, if you gaze at the calendar, imagine all those numbers are gone, but I want you to pay attention to a couple dates. This Wednesday, the Illuminated New Moon, the 16th, Saturday, when the Mercury retrograde completes, but remember, we will still be in the post period into early November, and the full moon up-level event. It's an event on the 20th. I also want you to gaze at the 31st, which is cozied in there with the 24th for a very strong reason. That date right now, October 31, as it was last year, is a void date. And it's going to be part of this neural network process. And the energy that will go literally circle the globe on October 31, the energy that will circle the globe on October 31 does not sustain the highest opening of the diamond ray without the balance of masters holding the neural experience of the crystalline wave of higher consciousness. And so I want you to just really breathe that in, because that all begins. And as of right now, and this is why the urgent time surf, as of right now, what we even see between now and the 31st and the condensation of the second energy is not going to taste like sweet milk. And so we have an opportunity. And what's so fascinating is that it's so close. It's so close. And the full moon is a peak up level. And the new moon is an illumination. I'm going to go ahead and show you the Ascendant Numerology, because as we go into the time surf, I want you to notice this in your body and also notice how it feels on the wheel. So when you gaze at the Ascendant Numerological chart here, If you look at the wheel, just notice the wheel. The one thing you're noticing is lots of jumps in and out of the infinite space, lots of jumps, so many that it has opened up this rift because not all of these jumps have stabilized. And I noticed this on our last surf. And so this surf tonight is really important that we surf. Remember, it's about surfing the flow. It's about non-interference. It is always about the restoration of balance. And so gaze right now, if you will, please, that October 2021, that's that blue, equals the 6 plus the infinite. Right now, this moment, since October came in, we have all been sitting in the infinite space of the balance point that can and does see and hold it all. If you are standing, right, and if my head is touching the 6 and I open up my arms, I become a chalice. And that chalice can sustain as long as the heart and all remains open. It can sustain being that bridge as the chalice. And I'm just going to stand to make sure you don't have to move, honey. I think we can do it. Our studio's small. But so imagine, right, that my head is the 6 that you were just looking at on the Ascendant Numerology, or that this, let's just imagine my whole heart center, right? I've kind of like poked my head in. Well, when I stand there, and I open up my arms, imagine that this is the 3 and the 9. The 3 cardinal points are held. I am the chalice of divine presence. And the 12 is the ever receiving presence of divine light as the mastery trishul ignited into form. That is October. And we are each the chalice. And we are holding this right now. And I know it's hard, right? I know it's hard. I want to step right here, right? Because this is really, there it is. There's that diamond ray, right? There's the diamond ray. And you see all the neural networks right here? We're working with those throughout all these different time dimensions. And tonight is about bringing them all right here together into this one experience so that we are all here in highest service, holding the highest intention. When we walk into the time surf in just a moment, it will open with Shri's reading of the divine directors and soulmate. And whether you're hearing this for the first or 100th time matters not. That is the moment that we will dive into. So going back to the Ascendant Numerology for one moment, and I'm sure you're already feeling this, that powerful 6 energy in the system of Ascendant Numerological overlay of the soul charting is our 2nd chakra. It is that balance right now. And so our absolute point of balance, which is also the creation, has right now been radiating out into the universe. What are you sending the universe? What is the universe receiving? What have you been sending out from your 2nd chakra? What is the radiance that is going out there right now in this moment of rebirth? All are being reborn, reactivated, and ready. My goodness gracious, look at the gift. And then right now, 2 days from now, and we're going to be there in the timeline that is the one we're to be at. And that's why you want to be at that ceremony being held by Jess Juntanen. Just find the links. They're right there. On October 6th, 2021, that illuminated new moon is going to keep us outside of the body. Do you see this? Look at that blue circle around the balance. Notice the blue arrow that goes out to that infinite violet, infinite experience. We're jumping up. This is why this time surf is so important, because what are we collectively sending up into the manifested divine realms of light energy that are neutral? So whatever is going to be sent up and out is going to sit there in that field, getting condensed until October 16th, when that Mercury retrograde completes and it comes crashing into, you got it, the higher chakras, the vision. And when it comes crashing into the vision, what will it meet? And this is why the final preparation, and I have so many altar items on it, I'm just going to start talking about it, but the final preparation for this evening's time surf is going to be utilizing the A-tuner while Sri Ramka reads from the divine directors. And so That's what's going on, my angels. And I know if you're feeling anything like I am right now, I'm like, wow, that's already been a big night, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
wow.
And one little thing to add for those of you that are tuning in and wanting to wrap around this.
Yeah, God bless you.
It's important to remember that
Mhm.
expansion does require trust.
Yes.
Trust in ourselves, trust in the universe, because trust is the solvent for expansion. Without trust, what are we dealing with? We're dealing with fear and doubt, and that's just going to be like a perennial placeholder until we relax, breathe, and trust. The other thing that I want to mention is that as we practice, to whatever degree you go with this, as we practice relaxing the grip on the linear and moving into the expanded consciousness, we ourselves begin to radiate differently. And this is how there is a lasting harmony that comes from these very brief time surfs, is that you are kind of flexing your spiritual essence in a way that's going to radiate a mastery energy into the world.
Yes.
And so the more of us that practice this, we're not telling anybody what to be, we're reminding us all of who we are.
Breathe that in. There's so much more. And so we're going to take this moment right now and share with you that we are going to begin preparing for the time surf. So we invite you right now to, if you can, try to be in an environment where there's not a lot of distraction. And if there is, remember that we're leaving this video up for a full week. It needs to be up for a full week because Shri and I are leaving for Mexico 1 week from today. And so that's another thing we're bringing into this time surf. And we're going to invite you all to come with us to the Yucatan, to the land of Umbatsman, to reach out to our beautiful Cesar Mena, to Tuva and Sarah, to everyone who we are getting ready to embrace for the first time in flesh in Merida, circa Merida, near Chichen Itza. The sacred land is rewiring. And in the line that we're in right now, there is very much conflict that does not need to be there. In the moment where there is the rising energy of all the sacred sites, the Trinity of Ecuador, the Guatemala, and the Mexico together, there is a grand success. And right now, we also invite that you would carry, as well as we are carrying, that the Guatemala property is in terrible peril right now. And so let us all shower it with great light. As the people of Guatemala, we shower as well. Yeah. And all who carry that energy of divine heart. So beloved angels, this is a moment that matters. You matter. You're holding the eternal presence outside of this linear lie, and I'm tongue-in-cheek fun, is the gift that expands the all. Thank you for being here as we begin this surf. And Sri Ramka will begin with the Mantra of Self-Ascension. We invite you to, again, get very still and quiet, to invite yourself to just relax and be here in this moment, knowing that all is truly well.
So, beloved ones, I encourage you to give your body a little wiggle, to say to yourself, I am safe, I am whole, and all is well. And if it's safe to do so, you may want to allow your eyes to close, and that's certainly your choice. And just be in the harmony of your breath, breathing into your heart center. So, and again. So, and just feel and think along with me as I recite the mantra of self-ascension. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide. The divine directors speak through Master Lady Kira Ra. Imagine a world where with every breath and in every moment, you only saw each being as the highest potential of their being for this lifetime. Then notice you have already activated your star consciousness and have transcended the third dimension without the need for conscious thought. Now, what does your life look like? What are you doing? Who are you with? Where are you living? What do you look like? What are you wearing? How do you feel? Then notice that you are noticing and have already activated the lift through the fifth dimension into the seventh. Here you are floating and aware that you are without any judgment, melted into a sea of compassionate lift. From the fifth dimensional highway of experience, you have arrived at the seventh dimensional gateway. Discovering that a door does not exist, for you can only open this experience through the release of judgment and the recognition of the divine perfection of the weaving of energies through the complexity of space and time and co-creation. Here, the vastness of the journey unfolds. And there is a moment where your conscious breath calls you through the recognition that the body is not breathing. You are, therefore, called to instinctively pay attention to that which has just come forward. This is the moment of divine awareness and the opportunity to experience the vastness as a witnesser of the fifth dimension witnessing itself as the seventh dimension. You arrive again as a witness, now fully choosing to enter the ninth dimension. For to say yes to this resurrected presence is to fully release all the attachments, constraints, and needs of the third dimension. Fully anchored in the compassion of the fifth dimension, supports staying in a body of form without decay, for as long as the experience serves the compassion. Go deeper with this. Study this daily, print this, and share it freely. For all who are ready already are waking. May they find their way, and may all anchor the compassion of this moment. So,
allowing yourself now to relax ever more. You can be seated, you can be laying down, you could be floating in water, you could simply be floating in the blessing of that which you are. Invite your breath in the energy of the Ave Sa to continue as if it is a circle of illumination, radiating up and in through the nose, circling through this beautiful body of form, gently exhaling and noticing that there is no need to even consciously notice that breath, for it is relaxing into its own experience now. Relaxing your eyes if you feel safe to do so, or perhaps gazing out into the sky or a limitless, beautiful vision before you. Invite that which you are to relax into the trust that the mastery presence within is here to serve all. That this is a moment of joyous remembrance. This is a moment where the body of form has the opportunity to gently rest into the trust that the master is here. And that this master is here, resonant with the greater call outside of a single ego of form, simply within the inner smile of that which is. Noticing that we have all lifted, gathered here together in the silence, in the bliss-filled moment, outside of limitation, in the field of infinite creation. Here we are, each born anew, each filled with the vitality of the divine infinite presence. I am as you are. Each filled with the smile of co-creative presence, dancing and celebrating and noticing that there is one star that is calling brighter than the others and in balance in and of itself. And so we are all aware of that star. Gaze into that star now and notice it is reflecting back October 2021 in this experience of linear time. And then notice as your vision expands that there are others carrying that energy all around thee, all bright, and that they are together, thereby creating this singular moment of bright light. Each harmonizing, yet not harmonized. Before this experience of humanity now is an illuminated new moon that will open a gateway of extraordinary, divine, energetic, manifest presence that will usher into this planet like a beacon in the middle of this linear month. Simply notice what you're noticing as you feel into the flow of this beam of light, staying outside of any overlay of density at all. Notice the beam. And notice your hands filling with crystalline presence. And as you follow this beam, in this moment, it brings you to October 31, 2021, and arrive noticing what you are noticing. Lifting up, lifting up, lifting up, aware of the connection to that which you are connecting with in October 31, 2021. We are being asked to dive as if coming in from a glorious experience of luminescent light and crystalline presence, to dive down deep into this experience of density, December 31, 2021. And they're saying, as you dive deep, all that you see that is outside of light, take with thee and continue the dive straight through the planet out the other side and keep moving as a loop around the sun. Stay with us. And arrive again. December 31, 2021. Quiet, silent beingness. Notice. In this space, October 31, 2021. And they're saying, feel the pendulum and call forward that which is of the crystalline balance coming forward from portal of divine presence that you have traveled many, many times before. Breathing in, noticing the union of a body and the surfer. With just that breath, you are here now, aware, remaining in the surfing. Simply notice tomorrow. Be present with the energy of creation that is within the birth within the second chakra, and notice the morning. Notice. And in this moment, we are again in the field of limitless creation. And as we gaze, we notice that star is still bright. And we notice there is greater joy. And we are being invited to now move to the equinox of March 2022 as a rainbow fountain of light, and to begin in the Yucatan, to go up. If you don't know, go to Chichen Itza, go close by there. Go up to that energy, March 2022. Notice a rainbow pillar of light emanating from that land, shooting out around the planet. However, it's meeting with two other radiant beams of light, with the beam coming from Tosa Blue Mountain, Ecuador, as if in the middle of a trishul holding the other two, yet the three are one. And notice the harmony. Notice the very high pitch that just came in. Notice what needs to be noticed in this moment. And dive into your heart to return with the knowledge, wisdom, peace, love, and joy that the moment now is a restoration of peace and balance for all. Smiling into that knowing, we come together again.
Breathing in and out of your heart. Noticing the body breathing. The peace. The spaciousness. And just choose to be aware of that which is for you to notice. As we come back into this integration here.
So I'm going to invite my beloved husband to open the PDF, because all I keep hearing is in this energy, receive. So we're going to be sharing this evening in just a very beautiful way. You might want to sit back with some tea and a beverage and receive. This message is so potent that it begins with its own footnote. And we want to just bring that to your attention right now. Very simply, that the conjoining of your heart and soul in this experience right now are contextualized as the heart being the ascended heart, which is the first chakra of the divine galactic blueprint, and the soul is your awakened state of consciousness into the ascended state of being while in this form, which is, of course, the mastery of the yoga of self-ascension. What we do as practitioners, we're mastering the yoga of self-ascension. So the other thing I think is important to pay attention to here is that this is the T12. And this was the first time the T12 had come through in quite a while. And it felt very robust today to reconnect with them.
Yes. The T12 are a group of ascended ones. And this is just a placeholder name because there are indeed the 12, the troop of 12.
And I found that very powerful that, of course, the T12 came in on the 12th culminating chapter of this series.
Yes. So let's be present to this sharing. Yes, we are here. It is with great joy that we say hello to you. It is indeed a wondrous journey that you have experienced. In this world of many, many, many dense energies, yes, indeed it is.
Now, I want you to notice the word experienced. You're going to see this again in a moment. And this is footnoted as well, simply because, as we shared with the October energy, this is the month of experience when the geometries themselves are recreating in the energy of rebirth, revitalization, reactivation, and of course, that we're ready. So to be on a wondrous journey is to recognize that the journey is beyond the walking. The journey is the experiences along the way. To recognize that with every step, a new experience unfolds itself as the heart and the soul conjoin to sing, hallelujah, another experience. What's so beautiful about this and to remember is that a new experience unfolds itself is absolutely a direct reference to this moment. We are in the October ascension energy where that new experience is unfolding itself in concentric dimensionality through that compression. Remember that condensation of those first two harmonic waves, because that third wave is hitting us in November and it's going to be big. So this is why we are together now. And remember, this ensoulment, when it first came in, the only reason this ensoulment is here right now and being up-leveled right now is because consciousness has been able to go to this moment of divine remembrance. It is an alleluia. Yes. Because this another experience is with every breath. We are one breath further than we have ever gone before. This is like a really massively important time. A time for claiming the opportunity to fully illuminate. Hey, why not? If somebody wants to give us that opportunity, let's do it. Let's add that one to the toolbox. In the conjoining of the heart and soul, in the recognition of a body that is expressing itself through density. In this world now, the opportunity to fully illuminate arises with every experience. With every experience. That's important to remember. You know, I love how they're like with every experience, and that's many saw, and they do, but it should be many say, so yes. Forgive me. Well, one of the things I just want to underscore, the opportunity to fully illuminate arises with every experience. Everyone, and I love the emphasis again, right? Because it's saying let go of how you look at it. Many say we are not happy. Right? We're not happy with many experiences. Wonderful. With every experience arises the opportunity to conjoin the heart with the soul. Now breathe that in. Every single experience, and this really is the mastery. I'm going to use the word again, adaptation. The mastery, this is another one was like number 2, right? In the mastery adaptations is the eternal smile that gets it in an instant, rather than judges it, frets over it, spends days preoccupied about it. The master gets it, sees it, resolves it, moves on. Get it, see it, resolve it, move on happens literally in the same breath as the mastery presence is the illuminator. Doesn't mean it's never going to happen. It's how we walk through. So let's go back to the sharing.
All right.
All right. There we are.
Expanding through the energy of allness allows all to be.
There it is.
Allowing every action, reaction, expression, expansion, manifestation, thought, energy, being, and vision to be.
Now, really, I love that. That's really that blank check mentality. It's saying, look, let go of your own limitations, go out and create from where everything is possible and stop thinking it's not, because it is. And as long as you stay focused in the allness and that which is of the highest service, then that which in the allness that does not bring you the greatest joy also no longer limits, stops, or interferes with you.
It is the limitless expression within allness.
There it is. Now, this next little sentence area here is in a different color intentionally, because it's that important to go as deep as we can with it. So we're going to read it slow.
This indeed is an important recognition. As you move forward through the allness, as you invite every experience without hesitation, each breath is the opportunity to conjoin the soul and the heart.
Breathe it in, read it often, and it begins with that line at the very top. It is. One of the things that has been happening as we have been unlocking these ascension codes through the I am experience of this entire 12 weeks that has just been mind-blowingly expansive. If you look at where you were 12 weeks ago, I know for ourselves, it's just mind-blowing as well. It is the energy that has been calling to you the entire time. It is, period. It is has infinite expression, because it is as I am. It is as I am. This little segment right here is the essence of the entire Oneness series. The recognition and remembrance and knowing that invites us to move forward without hesitancy, which means that we are no longer doubting and or second guessing. And in that field of the limitless blank check of infinite creation, it's already done. That's simply called the Law of Instantaneous Manifestation, which becomes your natural state of being, experiencing, living, doing, and breathing when you say yes and live in the harmonic presence of the mastery of the yoga of self-ascension. You can. How many people do you know for how many years? I know I've known many who kept telling me, I believe in ascension. And they had it, which means I'm going to literally ascend off this planet with this body. Okay. Why not be here and ascend into your body and thereby have the divine experience of an ascended conscious being in form, which carries no doubt because of the truth of the energy. Thereby you become the walking, living mastery presence of the law of instantaneous manifestation, which frees others to do the same. Shri and I had a beautiful conversation with a young man that we just adore the other day. And as we were walking with him on our beautiful mountain, he shared with Shri and I, he said, you've helped me remember that everything really is possible. And a few years ago, when I first woke up, I remembered it then, and somewhere along the line, I forgot. But being here and being with the two of you and being up on this mountain, what I know and what I remember is that that's really true. And he is watching miracles happen into his life. It's what you are ready to know. It is, period, as I am. And if we go back to the share, Shri, because here's our challenge to you to really be with this, it is the limitless expression within allness. Everything, without exception, it's the limitless expression within allness. So if it is the limitless expression within allness, then this indeed is an important recognition, because it is the owning and the release of all doubt and the knowing that I am the limitless expression within allness. So as you, that is that conscious awakened awareness, moves forward through the allness, you are no longer, you're moving through it. It has no effect on you because you are the master, being the co-creative force of the balance. And as you, the mastery presence you, invite every experience without hesitation, which means that you're not resisting anything. Evolution, your expansion is a blessing, right? Then every single breath is the opportunity to conjoin that soul and the heart, which, as we know from the first page, to make sure that you are standing in your mastery presence as the ignited divine galactic blueprint, holding the gateway for the ascended consciousness to call forward the law of instantaneous manifestation. It's big. And thank you for letting us expand that with you, because this is really the gift of this series.
Yes.
As it prepares us for the lost books of the Essene, which certainly is taking my breath away.
You know, one of the things that I experience, I'm sure many of you do, is that as we are in the presence of this divine wisdom, we dance between a mental understanding and a sense of knowing.
Yeah. Right.
And that mental understanding can be very useful to guide how we talk with each other or define a certain things so that the mind doesn't get freaked out.
Which it likes to do.
Just the notion that there's more than just the body and the ego, that you are more than that, can freak out some minds. And so the understanding, that word is, when this ascended material, this divine wisdom is offered, the brain, it's good for it to understand. And what's more important than that is to be open and receptive for that which will arise in your beingness through the receiving of the energy that the words are dancing upon.
Ooh, I feel that. I love that, Shri. Let's go back to that PDF. Wow, I'm really feeling that. Wow, thank you for sharing that. All right.
Yes, beloved ones.
So we're opening the divine portal of reunification, and that's a pretty potent moment.
Yeah. As you conjoin the heart with the soul and breathe the heart and the soul together through the Ave Sa breath, great reunification arises. This ignites the divine portal that showers your energy field with reunification as oneness. Reunification as oneness is beyond any process. It is. We say that again. This is beyond any process. It is. In the world of allness, processes develop. There is A, B, C, and D, 1 and 2, black and white. There are vast experiences of expression within allness. Remember that within the allness, everything is offered the opportunity to be infinitely.
Oh, breathe that in. Let's continue.
In the recognition of the divine expression and perfection of all experience, the conjoining of the heart and soul lift and arise with stellar clarity, the moment that releases doubt.
All right, here it comes.
Stellar clarity releases doubt. And with stellar clarity, true union emerges.
So I want you to really breathe that in, because the stellar clarity is beyond any process. So how many more times are you looking for another process, another way that you're trying to use to get you to your clarity, when your clarity is as simple as saying yes to igniting that diamond ray ignition and allowing those neurons to lift up and be in the ascended presence of that which you are without doubt. In that moment, it's literally a switch. And it's a big one. And no one can do it for you. Only you can do it for yourself. Stellar clarity is that signal to the universe that says, I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. And you receive the guidance, and it is that which animates the body of form into the activity of every day. You know, a lot of people ask me and Sri often, they ask the two of us, you know, how do you guys do what you do? How do you get so much done so quickly? Well, number one, it's not a job. There's no day off from who you are. This is our life. This is who we are, because that is the new world. The new world does not limit us. Imagine a world where your superpower, because you know your superpower, where that's what you were able to call forward. And imagine a world where you sat at a table with other superheroes bringing in their superpowers. Well, welcome to our table. Because that's the moment that's being created right now. And that's why this ensoulment is calling us out in so many unique ways. So let's continue back into the PDF. There we are. All right. So true union must and in always will. So it must and in always will is a very strong testimony from the T12. Begin with the heart and soul conjoined, meaning true union is when we say yes to our ascended presence, and that mastery presence fully ignites the body with conscious awareness. That's true union.
As the heart and soul conjoin, this indeed is allness too.
Of course.
Many would say this is the top of the mountain. It is the moment where you breathe deeply and exhale all that no longer serves.
Wow, try that one on, right?
Breathe deeply and exhale all that no longer serves. Inhaling the recognition of reunification and understanding that you need not leave your body to reunify.
Hello, it's reunification.
The gift of reunification occurs when the soul and heart unify without any doubt.
Now I want to stop right there. Underline, highlight, exclamation points, read it again.
The gift of reunification occurs when the soul and heart unify without any doubt, celebrating with great joy, dancing at the top of the mountain.
We did that Sunday.
Breathing eternal life while smiling with the gifts of the universe.
Yeah.
Understanding that understanding in and of itself is merely a function of the allness.
Now, I want you to really go back, and you're going to want to read that again, and you're going to want to read it often. Let's continue.
To understand imposes limits.
So just breathe that in, because the T12 are talking to us about releasing understanding. And let's not forget that this word has been one of the keys to unlocking the codes here. The word understanding is a direct appeal to the left brain.
To declare, I must know, I must understand, give me the details, is a gift and function of allness. And in the crystalline moment of the unification of the soul and the heart, you transcend all understanding.
You transcend it. Very much as Sri often says, you know, you can't play your way off the game board. Well, you can't think your way out of understanding. That keeps you trapped.
There is no process left. You are.
Remember, we've let go of that ABCD.
In this energy and presence of beingness, you fly with the energy of the universe, uplifting you as the understanding of the limitless connection of divine love. you see, understand, and recognize that all is and has always been in oneness. And knowing that allness is the greatest gift an energy-seeking reunification can call forward for its own presence.
Now, feel the inner smile of this, because to fully experience the allness without limitation, harshness, or the judging mind is what that means to call it forward for its own presence, just to be. For within the beloved energy of the action of judging, you actually are expressing allness. And this is important to see how this wraps together, what a gift that can be, because on the other side of the judgment is the expansionary reunification of the heart and soul as one, and the ability to sustain seventh dimensional witnessing of the witnesser of the fifth dimension of the witness of the third. It is a very powerful gift to be on that other side of the judgment. It really is. So I want to continue just really quickly. I love how the T12 remind us that the heart and the soul as one, in that moment when you're in that seventh dimensional expansionary reunified presence of the heart and soul as one, that is the experience of the Om. It is the I am, or the mastery presence. And they're saying even go beyond the words, because how can you even give a single word for the limitless expansionary oneness, right?
Yes. Beloved angels of this world of density, you are being gifted indeed.
Yes.
You are still in bodily form now. A celebration.
Really is. I mean, it really is.
This world is offering the great gift of coming home to the truth of the heart as it has never been given before.
And if you go to the footnote, this is one of the first times they're making that reference. If you look down there, that this unlocked ensoulment is here now as the collective consciousness has expanded to the moment of connection that assists the all to remember and consciously co-create in service to the experience of humanity. And this directly ties back to that Ascendant Numerology we were showing you earlier and the up-level calendar experience. So pretty profound again, and spot on how they coincidentally get revealed on the weeks that they do.
Many are now in peril over what they believe to be their home.
So let's just bring a hand to our heart. That can be a serious thing.
Yeah. Many are now in peril over what they believe to be their home. Where is my home? What will happen to my home? Someone is taking away my home.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps this is not my home.
Yeah.
Maybe the home I thought I had for many, many years is not my home at all.
So breathe that in, because many are feeling that way.
They are challenged around this word or concept of home.
Whew.
This is a divine moment of the heart. When the heart comes forward in union with the soul, the home is already present. When the heart in union with the soul moves forward, wherever the body sleeps is home. Whether under a tree or on a mattress with groups of others or by itself, matters not. The true home will always reveal itself when the heart and soul are unified as one. To panic over a home creates an energetic rift in your world that energizes those avoiding the connection of the heart and soul.
That energizes those avoiding the connection. To be in that state of the homelessness experience of the energy, I'm not talking about the physical experience, I'm going to talk about that in a moment, but to be in that state actually energizes those who are unable to, unaware of, unwilling to lift in a way that you find you will start tumbling those dice in a direction that will not assist your highest to manifest. So this is a really powerful observation and one that's important to notice. And then the T12 do go and take this to another level.
The energy of fear or the energy of the heart?
Maybe bring your hands to your heart as she shares this.
The connection of the heart and soul is a strong oneness energy. It carries a great army of those who understand the union of the heart and the soul beyond the word love. You are the energy. You live the energy. Words are no longer needed. And in your world now, there are two energies seeking to gain precedent. In the mind of those experiencing great allness is the energy of fear.
So notice the word mind and the word experiencing. This is all about right now, and it's about those that are in the mind, those that are staying right there in the third dimension. So in the mind of those experiencing the great allness is the energy of fear, because they're linearly focused on that energy.
And there is also the energy of the heart. These cannot exist together.
Now, hand to heart, breathe that in and relax if your mind's trying to offer you something, and just relax as we share.
As you experience and continually revisit fear, in that one moment, you are unable to be in your heart. Many delude themselves and are in a fearful heart state. This is an oxymoron. There is no fearful heart state. There is the divine wisdom of the union of the heart and the soul.
Period.
When the fear arises, it is a wonderful sergeant saying to the heart and the soul, "Hello, are you there?" And in that moment, oneness comes forward. This is a simple practice. You are at the moment of the reunification. And as many will cling to allness, many will find oneness. And many will go in and out of the two until the new anchor stabilizes.
And this is where we return back to staying outside of that judgment energy, knowing that we are in a moment. And then, this is why we just did the time surf. We're not only looking at it this way. All right. There's not only that going on, there's this going on too. And I don't know about you guys, but that makes me seasick. And it's been a very challenging moment, being like a buoy between all of these energies. And that's really what they're saying, is that, you're going to have that moment until you stabilize. And the way to stabilize is to begin by releasing the doubt of the self. Now, this ensoulment is very powerful, and there is a lot more to this ensoulment. And for those of you that are here with us, that receive this, oh my goodness gracious,
PDF.
The PDF, yeah, and I'm going the wrong way. Please make sure you read all of it. But what is really important here, and is going to the turning of the cycle. So we're going to start here. And I really encourage you, those of you that have the PDF, make sure you read all of it. However, we want to talk about this turning of the cycle tonight, because this is important, especially as we're in the energy of the time surf and the energy of this beautiful moment.
Beloved ones, this world is at the turning of another cycle, and you will see very similar energies to those of the 1930s of this world.
And I think we should point out, this is not the first time we have heard this. They have been talking about this pretty much for the past 12 months.
These energies are arising and manifesting in many ways. You will see other energies, and as many write your history, it offers you what is ahead based upon their concept of what was. We underline and capitalize the word was. And what was does not need to be now.
So this is a really important line. I'm going to read this again. They're saying, look, you're going to see a lot of what happened in the 1930s repeating itself in this moment. We're at this turning of a cycle, and this is what's happening. And that it's important to look at that history is always written by perception. It's a concept of what was, not what is. And that's what the T12 are saying. Remember that what was absolutely does not need to be now. And this is very powerful, especially knowing what's coming in the lost books of the Essene, one can only imagine how powerful when we get together again on October 18. Make sure you put a note on your calendar. You have got to be with us Monday night, October 18. We will be in the Yucatan for the very first lost book of the Essene. And for those of you that are with us in Golden Ray and are receiving the Golden Ray symbols, lest you not forget, the Golden Ray symbols were received by Sri and I in Mexico. And we did not plan to be in Mexico when the lost books of the Essene were first put out there. So this is a very powerful moment, and the Golden Ray for that matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unlock within your own heart the divine energy of the golden radiant light.
And I'm going to stop right there. And that's why I'm talking about the Golden Ray, because if you go down the bottom, it is worthy of note
Yes.
that the up-leveled ascended presence of the Golden Ray is being first gifted to the planet the 7th. It's this Thursday.
Yeah.
Right. So all of you who have ever taken the Golden Ray before, all of you who took the Navigating the Inner Matrix 2021, those of you that are up leveling and being attuned into the Golden Ray frequency, this is very powerful affirmation. And I think that's really a really powerful moment and affirmation again of that this was the week that the Golden Ray is actually opening in the energy of the illuminated moon. So tonight we do the surf. Wednesday is the illuminated new moon. Thursday, the Golden Ray ignites. This is not an accident.
It's a powerful time.
It is.
And as you say yes to this divine energy of golden radiant light, you impact the great and glorious shift in the manner you choose to experience yourself.
Yes.
Each carries this gift within. Each has this moment before them.
Yes.
Oneness is not something to be earned.
I love that.
It is what you arrive home to in the unification of the heart and soul together.
So remember, it is. So what it is, well, the oneness in this moment is what you arrive home to within your own divine presence. This is the mastery presence ignition. This is all about this moment and 2022 and the importance of stepping into that mastery presence.
To be in oneness is to release allness.
There it is.
There, let go of the need of perception.
I'm sorry. It's my typo. Forgive me, Sri. To let go of the need or perception of control.
To know the divine flows eternally as all mastery presence is reclaimed. Manipulation cannot exist, for the divine pours forth as all comes forward. In the union of the heart and soul, in the reunification, while you are still in body, you choose. Do I wish to reincarnate or not? And if so, where?
Now, this is really powerful. I want to scroll right down here. While still in body, while still in body, while still in body. And this is exactly what you are witnessing within myself and Sri. The ascended state of the divine presence while still in a body of form in conscious mastery, presence, and awareness of all of the potentialities in this potentiality called forward in service to the all. This is the ascended process without a process, right? No A, B, C, D. It is the being of the ascended energies, the mastery presence of the yoga of self-ascension. This is such an important moment as they're sharing here, because what they're saying to you is, look, you don't have to come back here again. To touch this space without doubt, even for a moment, opens the portal of divine reunification that actually delivers the invitation to this. You are consciously aware, not only of where you're going, why you're going, and that you're ready to go. And that is this shift in the consciousness while still in form that does lift the ascended presence, because it's that invitation for the incarnated mastery presence to consciously choose, to continually reverse age and continually sustain as long as it serves, right? And then to consciously choose where from here.
Where from here?
Where from here? Because beloved ones, it's your choice. When you transcend this body of form, and I'm grateful that I have had that experience. It's not a, where am I going? What am I going to do? You can consciously command that by standing up and being the master. You know, there are a few on the planet that have consciously transcended their way out of form as the demonstration, right? The proof of the hypothesis, so to speak, if you want to look at it scientifically. You have this ability. This is why the diamond ray is opening, because the more of the us that remember and let go of the hesitation, which is always the hesitation that is self-imposed. We all self-impose our limitations, certainly, because if not, how can we honestly hit our mastery present stride? We must call forward the smile that sees it, and then to know that you have the power of choice in every aspect of the all that you are, as I am. And so this is extraordinary, because there are many in your world that are very attached to density, right? So if you're attached to density, if you're attached to your karma, I remember when Sri and I first put this out there many, many years ago, oh my gosh, did we get the hate mail thrown at us, right? If you love karma and you want to own karma and you want to keep talking about karma, God bless you and your karma. Then you get to return over and over again, talking the same old thing about karma. Or you can stand up into your ascended presence, and anyone at any time can do this. It's that easy. It's just our own belief systems and our own garbage that we lay on top of ourselves, right? So when you are in that complete unification with the heart and soul, you are fully prepared and ready to serve in other worlds, because you're holding seventh dimensional frequency. Fifth dimension will not break you from the inertia of this densified field. It will assist you to be here as a shepherd, a guardian, a bridge keeper, and all the rest. But to really be complete is that release of judgment that lifts us to be ready to serve in other worlds. So where do you choose to be, and how do you choose to be? Because the journey of your soul is error-free, period. And that is the gift of the mastery present soul charting experience, because we discover that, we know, because to believe in error is an expression of allness that actually assists you to remember the oneness. It's a beautiful thing. The journey of the soul is error-free. And if you honestly are in the non-judgment of the seventh dimension as the witnessing energy of the witnesser of the fifth, then you smile at the knowing that there are no errors occurring in this world now, which frees you from the anger, frees you from the entrapment, frees you to actually be part of the co-creative balance of harmony and restoration.
There are great opportunities to experience oneness for those who choose to conjoin the heart and the soul.
Yeah.
And this begins within your own being. It begins within your DNA and cellular structures.
Now, here is your step-by-step. Those of you that have the PDF right here, it's all about spinning the Merkaba of the face. And right here, they're saying, look, you open the Merkaba of the face, you spin that Merkaba, and then you command the energy of the soul. Arise now. Join with this heart that has been beating prior to the moment I took birth in this form. Together we can join and experience oneness, empowering mastery presence with full consciousness while in this body of form. And I strongly encourage you to take that, write it, put it by your nightstand, put it everywhere you can, and to bring your hands to your heart and command that often. And whenever doubt comes forward, breathe Ave Sa and conjoin the energy of the heart and soul. It is the experience of the opening of your ascended heart, because this is how you, the mastery presence you, calls forward oneness. You reunify, and then you understand the understand less. The left brain relaxes, the ego says, ah, and you enter the limitless gift of the divine mastery presence as the conduit. You are the wisdom. You are the gift. You are the mastery presence.
Beloved ones, you are here now. And so it is already true.
Breathe that in. You wouldn't even be listening, hearing, sharing, connecting if it wasn't already true.
Remembering and claiming the gifts are the collective journey every experience has brought forward for you.
How beautiful.
Welcome home, beloved ones. For many, it has been a journey of many, many, many millennia. Welcome home to the opportunity to choose where from here and to claim that gift.
So I'm going to stop right there, because if you really choose that, if you really choose the where from here gift, everything that comes with that is the ignition of the law of instantaneous manifestation that stabilizes you in that highest service expression of you.
Welcome home to your divine density of light expanding as the great love you...
Destiny. I'm sorry. It's a really big difference. That's why it's
sorry.
destiny, not density.
Did I say density?
You said divine density.
Oh, pardon me.
Sorry,
pardon me.
guys. No, it's great. I love it. I just wanted to make sure.
Welcome home to your divine destiny.
There it is.
Of light expanding as the great love you are. And you are home now.
Right in your heart. Breathe it in.
You are always home.
Yes.
You are conjoined with each evasive breath you consciously bring forward. May your walk through oneness be filled with many, many experiences so that you may know and love the oneness.
Know and love the oneness. And for those of you that have the PDF, you want to read this question. It's very powerful, that talks about the fear that stops us. What if I'm not enough? What if I can't make it through? What if I mess up? And it talks about how to walk through that. And Sri, let's just read at the bottom here, the purple, because this is about that walking through that fear.
It is a great gift to know this is happening. Truly, because it is a call to wake up, to realize you cannot ever be interfered with unless you have agreed for it to happen. And it is fear that is the greatest interference of any one call invited into manifest form.
So really breathe that in. And so it is, and so we are. And so we are complete.
Beloved ones, we are most grateful for this journey, the one that you have chosen to be for what must seem so very long. May you joyfully command your heart to be present with your soul. May you move forward without fear or not. It is your choice. May you invite the gift of the full embodiment of your divine mastery presence, freeing others to do the same. It is a grand and glorious time in your world. It is the time when you are invited to arise without hesitation.
There it is.
And as you would choose to stay hidden, hide well and enjoy the journey.
There it is. Beloved ones, we adore you. We honor you. We are grateful for you.
You are each doing so much more than the conscious mind of density is aware of.
Yes.
So relax any need to understand.
Let that ego smile and say thank you to the mastery presence.
Let yourself be joyfully loved, celebrated, and known.
Woohoo, be you.
Throughout the infinite universe as the pioneers who successfully have returned from their journey.
And this is what I was mentioning before at the very beginning of this incredible journey with all of you this evening, that this, and I let this line is exactly as it was from the very beginning. Let yourself be joyfully loved, celebrated, and known throughout the infinite universe as the pioneers who successfully have returned from their journey, because we are all returning. Our first book, Sacred Union, The Journey Home, it's still out there. It's all about the journey and that journey home. And the gift is that we are consciously aware that through this conscious collective awareness, through taking active service into that which we are with each breath of the law of instantaneous manifestation, we as the pioneers are the ones who will be known throughout the infinite universe as the ones who successfully returned home, meaning that we were able to expand the consciousness beyond the limitation that forces humanity to constantly implode and have to rebirth. This time, may the rebirth come forward through our joy instead of our pain. And this is why Clinica Linda is so important. It's more than just a place where people are having their lives saved. And I want to share with you that Dr. Lorena literally saved a life this past Saturday. It's a place where pain is being relieved, and a point of light, literally through laser, is being sent out around the planet that says it is time to remember that we are all capable of healing as we integrate the light that we are into the consciousness of service and the knowing that all is truly well when we can join our heart and our soul. Beloved ones, please make a note for Monday, November 18th, the Lost Books of the Essene. It is the first time we will be together again, live from the Yucatan. We will be broadcasting to you. Please be there. This is a very important moment. This will remain up for the next week because it is that important to keep revisiting, and we encourage you to do so. We love you.